Hey, aloha everybody. Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. If you're new to the channel, I'm all about teaching you everything you need to know about Hawaii and its real estate, but you just can't always find in the listing. Gosh, isn't that annoying? You're just like, I want to know the answer. So I'm here to help you find those answers. Today I'm standing here at the beautiful, look at that fish. Wow. Maalaea Resort, Maalaea Harbor. Thumbs up if you've ever gone on an excursion from this harbor right here, because this is the epicenter of the excursion out to ocean situation. This is where you come first thing in the morning or maybe in the afternoon. You're going to go out to Molokini Crater or on a scuba dive, or this is where you probably met your boat captain for the first time, your crew, and of course all these boats are in the harbor right now waiting for all you folks to come back and go on some excursions. So hey, the reason for these daily videos, in case you're new to the channel, is I'm all about promoting tourism here in Hawaii, putting out some positive vibes, saying, hey, the aloha spirit is alive and well. The island has not changed other than you're not here. And the businesses are going to get back in business, so to speak, October 15th. We're hoping with a negative COVID test, you can come here, go to CVS, Kaiser Permanente, or an approved third-party testing center. I will put a link in the description of this video with the latest and greatest from the Hawaii Tourism Board. That seems to be the best resource, if you will, and I will always put those links in all of my videos. I don't like to announce too much publicly because it's always changing, and I want to make sure you have the latest information. So look for that link. Number two, before I forget, if you haven't seen the Maui food line video, please Google that up in YouTube or Google. You probably find it there, but it's a video I posted about a week ago showing this massive food line of people that are hungry. There's no lack of food on the island, there's a lack of jobs and money. And these food lines are happening all over the place. There'll be another link that I'll share with an article from Maui Now talking about the tremendous need on Maui right now and the need for donations. So at a very minimum, please, I implore you, share that video. As you know, a lot of these things don't make it to mainstream media. You don't see it on CNN or Fox or whatever, right? They're just busy doing what they do as opposed to showing the important needs of the people. So that's where we come in. We can share those needs out there. We can put it on our platforms, right? That's the beauty of social media, right? You can have your own little audience on IG, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube is my platform that I love. I post a video on YouTube, Facebook, like no one ever even sees it. So, but if you could please do me a favor, please share that video. At a very minimum, at a very maximum, donate. If you can give just $5, $10, whatever you can give, please give to the people of Maui. And certainly if you're going to come to Maui, please make your travel plans. Hang in there. I know it's been frustrating, but it's going to be worth it. So today what we're going to do, we've got a lot of ground to cover today. I'm going to show you around Maalaea because there's a lot going on here. I brought my trusty one wheel. Lots of people asking in the comments, hey, my son wants to know, what are you riding? Well, there it is. That's the One Wheel XR Plus. Just go to onewheel.com and buy one, because it's like land surfing. It's amazing. It's dangerous as all heck, so you just got to go slow and carve. It's fun. It's like snowboarding, kind of like surfing, but it's good, man. It's my kids. I bought it for my kids, and then I was watching a video of this guy's reviewing it. You watch those review videos when you buy something because you want to learn all about it. And he said, hey, I'm a YouTuber and I use it to make all my videos. So I thought, oh, that's kind of a good idea. So it's a great way to shoot video. So that's what we're going to do. So on these, if this is the first time you watched one of my lives, I really encourage audience participation, which means please hit me and your fellow watchers in the comments section. If you see a business, say you've gone out with Maui Magic before, shout them out in the comments section. If you've eaten, at the Seascape restaurant, or if you've eaten anywhere, that's good. The general store over here. Maybe they took great care of you, or maybe you remember an employee that was in there. Hey, remember Catherine? She's awesome. Hook her up with a nice tip. Anything you can share to shout out a business or a person, an experience, a tip, anything like that. When I watch YouTube, that's what I do, is I watch the video, but I'm also reading all the comments. So please participate. And certainly if you enjoyed this video, I'd love a thumbs up and a subscribe. If you subscribe and give a thumbs up, the YouTube algorithm goes, hey, the people like this video, let's make it more available and let's get some more exposure for it. Obviously, I'm a real estate agent here and I'd love to get business, but I'm also trying to shine a light on Maui, on the need here for food, donations, and tourists. So the more you like, share, and subscribe, the more we put YouTube in our favor. So Anyway, I want to cruise around here. Hang on a second. This is the general store. It's a cafe as well. I don't know if they've opened up yet again, honestly. Obviously they would be today, but I don't see the open sign. So hopefully they'll come back into play here. And I'm going to go around here to the Maui Ocean Center, which I'm sure thumbs up if you've been to the aquarium and the new humpback whale globe, whatever, I can't remember what they call it, but we'll see it here in just a second. This is the back way, if you will, to the shopping center over here. And there is actually a fairly vibrant shopping center that's in this little nook and cranny of Maui. And just to orientate yourself real quick, over here, the West Maui Mountains. Over there, you can't see it right now, would be Haleakala. And today, believe it or not, it is not windy here at all, even though there's a slight breeze, right? The trade winds have stopped. So this is actually a very windy place on Maui, generally speaking. There are days when you can't even hear yourself think. If you've ever been to the gas station right there to fill up, you know what it's like. You get out of your car and it's like you're in a wind tunnel. So that's the only sort of negative thing sometimes about Maalaea, is it can be a little too windy. I'm not a big wind guy. I mean, I want to be. I want to start windsurfing and doing all that stuff. I just haven't done it yet. But generally speaking, I don't really love wind too much. I'm just being honest with you. But some people love it, and the reason we do like wind on Maui is the trade winds keep us cool. So there was a comment I saw yesterday. Here's the Maui Ocean Center right here. Thumbs up. And there's the globe with the whale show, humpback whale show. I have to be honest, I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list of things to do. My dad recently became a member here, and you get a big discount if you become a member. And he did see it, said it was amazing, but I can't personally testify to what it's like, but I've heard it's really cool. If you've seen the whale presentation in the big globe over there, shout it out in the comments. That'd be fantastic. But this aquarium, I have obviously been to the aquarium with my kids many times, and it's a great attraction. It's fantastic. Looks like it's not open though. Open 10 to 4 daily, so they are not open yet. That was, I think, a question from a viewer. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but I'm sure they're going to open up again. This is a definite Maui landmark business. And over here is the harbor shops and restaurants. So if you've ever shopped in here, thumbs up. Love to hear what your experience was, but there's a lot going on in this little shopping center. I'll show you around it real quick. See if anybody's open. First time I've been here, I'll be honest with you. I do these lives, like literally, I just go. Let's just see what's going to happen. Looks like they're closed. Yeah, this place is looking pretty nuts. Closed. Hui Makana. I'm not seeing too many landlord notices of writ of possession, so that's cool. Here's Tante's. Now they're open. Hey, thumbs up for Tante's. I have eaten at this restaurant. It's very good. Come on down. Great fresh fish. There's the octopus ink tattoo. And then there's a cafe down below that is open. No real easy way for me to get to it from here, but I think it's, isn't it Beach Bums? Pretty sure. I have eaten there, I just don't recall the name off the top of my head. Of course, over here we have the Pacific Whale Foundation. Thumbs up if you've gone on a whale tour with them. Awesome organization. Hello. Okay, so that is a quick tour of the harbor shops and restaurants at Maalaea. So now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to head down to the water, and I'm going to show you some of the accommodations here in Maalaea. Thumbs up if you've ever stayed in Maalaea. I know a lot of people have. It's a very, very popular destination. And the reason for that is it's incredibly centrally located. So where you're at here is you're kind of in the middle of everything. You're a quick shot down to Kihei. You're a quick shot over to Lahaina. You're a quick shot to the airport. You're a quick shot over to upcountry. I mean, you're kind of like in this boom, just this very centralized location. There's a speed bump right there I don't want to go over. So that's why people love to stay here, because you have access to the entire island in one spot. And as you know, most of your days when you're here on vacation are spent out on excursions doing stuff. So it's not like you're just sitting in your condo all day long. But you do come back obviously to rest, to have some evening cocktails or whatever you're into, to eat. And it's so close to the harbor that if you go on excursions, boom, you don't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Matter of fact, one year, it's so funny, I booked all of these scuba trips out of Lahaina, and I also rented an oceanfront home north of Paia. Well, I was from the mainland at the time. I didn't know what was where. I didn't realize it was going to be like an hour and a half, hour and change drive every morning to go scuba dive in Lahaina. So I learned that one the hard way. So it kind of helps look at the map. And not everything is 10 minutes away here. There are, significant distances to be covered. A lot of people want to know, hey, how big is Maui? Well, it's 26 by 46, I believe. 26 miles by 46 or 48 miles. Doesn't sound like much, but there's a lot of landmass there, man, let me tell you. Okay, so this is the little area that begins where the condos are. And I get a lot of calls on these condos for a couple of reasons. Number one is there's some really well-priced condos in here. And some people look at the price and they go, what? Why is this so cheap? What's going on? Well, there's a reason for that, and I'm going to explain that to you in a moment, so that you totally understand why a place like the Maalaea Mermaid would have a condo that seems just too good to be true. Well, the reason is that this is a combination leasehold and fee simple property. That means some of the units are leasehold, some are fee simple. And I get the question a lot, what's the difference? What is leasehold, what is fee simple? And the easiest way to explain it is leasehold is where somebody else owns this ground right here. Somebody else owns this ground, and the condo got permission to build their condo there, and now we have to pay that landowner every single month for the right of having our condo on his land. That's called a leasehold. And why would there be a combination of leasehold and fee simple? Well, what happened is at some point, all the condo owners got together and said, hey, let's buy the land. We want to buy the land, guys. And so they struck a deal with the landowner, and everybody had to kick in, say, whatever, 30, 50K. And everyone did, except for like these 2 units, because at the time they couldn't do it financially. Well, they didn't want to hold up the transaction, so they went ahead and bought the land. But those 2 leaseholds left over, I call them the holdouts, they're still paying that fee to the landowner every month. So the landowner still owns a little piece of it. At least that's how the deal worked out. And where that money goes and how it's all worked out, the bottom line is those units didn't buy the fee. So I actually leasehold is somebody else could come along, and not somebody else, but you could not renew the lease. And if the lease does not renew, technically the lease says, hey, please remove your condominium from our land. And now all of a sudden, what you own is nothing. So that's the disadvantage of a leasehold. But if all of the units, or the majority of them, have purchased the land, then that's never going to happen, right? So owning a leasehold where most of the other units are fee simple, I think is a fantastic option in my opinion. Once again, just my opinion. But here, let's go through it. Matter of fact, this little stretch of road here contains 10 separate different complexes. This is the Maalaea Yacht Marina. There's 10 different complexes here that house 568 units. So almost 600 units on this little stretch of road. This one right here, the Maalaea Yacht Marina, is also a leasehold, and there's 45 units. And everything down here, by the way, is either going to be a 1 or a 2 bedroom. There might be a 3 bedroom in here, but it would probably be like illegally made into a 3 bedroom. I don't think there's any official 3 bedrooms, but these are all 1 and 2 bedroom. And a couple of these buildings only have 2 bedrooms. This is Milovai. Remember we talked about the other day that the W is always a V in Hawaiian? So this is Milovai. And Milovai is also a leasehold, 43 units here, also 1 and 2 bedroom options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you around the front of the units, and then we'll go down and check out the oceanfront part, because that's obviously way more exciting than the street view. But I just wanted to quickly go through and cover each one. This is Maalaea Kai. Kai, of course, means ocean in Hawaiian. And this is a fee simple one. So this is the first 100% fee simple unit or complex that we've come across. They actually have 79 units, all 1 and 2 bedrooms. And the nice thing about these is that they're all oceanfront. There's a little bit of sandy beach down there, but it is also a lot of rock wall. There's the famous freight trains surf break. Thumbs up if you've ever surfed it. I know you got to be a pretty good surfer to nail that one. I haven't surfed it. It's just a little too heavy for me. When you get over 50, you kind of start rethinking things like that. This is La Loa. It's an open house here today. It's kind of a good sign. This is a leasehold property, 48 units. Now all of those are 2-bedroom, 2 baths in La Loa. Thumbs up. Again, please, if you've stayed in any of these units, if you have any feedback, any comments, what did you like, what didn't you like? You know, I'm all about just throwing it out there exactly the way it is. No angles. And there's a beautiful shot of the ocean. Nice big open parking lot here. Gives you a good view. Matter of fact, freight trains was sort of breaking earlier. Here's Island Sands. It's a fee simple unit property. 84 units. Aloha. 1 and 2 bedrooms here at the Island Sands. I think the next one coming up is the Banyans, if I remember correctly. I know because I bought a VW Westie from a guy that lived here up in Alaska. Thumbs up if you're watching. Thanks. Awesome van. Yeah, Maalaea Banyans. This is a fee simple property. 79 units, all 1 and 2 bedrooms. Now coming up next, we have a pretty amazing offering if you're looking for something that's on the ocean. This is almost a full acre. They're asking, if I remember correctly, 4.995. Let's just call it 5 million. But there's an oceanfront home right here, and it has a little ohana in the back. Fantastic. Almost, I think it's like a plantation style home. Had one client of mine make an offer on it. We didn't put it together, but you never know. They might come back. And then next door is just a piece of raw land, a little bit larger, closer to an acre. They're asking, I think, 4.9 without the home. I think I'll take the one with the home. And then after that you have I can't really pronounce that one. Yeah, Nalu. Kind of threw me for a loop right there. I don't think I've shown one in this unit before, in this property. This is a leasehold, 80 units. These are also all 2-bedroom, 2 baths. And don't worry, when you come here and you can't pronounce stuff, just roll with it. Just throw it out there. You know, it's all good. I screw it up constantly. And that's the beauty of YouTube, is people will call me up and tell me how bad I screwed it up. Honokai Resort. Thumbs up if you've stayed here. Fee simple and leasehold. Both units are fee simple and leasehold. There's 46 of them, 1 and 2 bedroom. And then the final last one here is the Makani Akai. Fee simple, 24 units, 1 and 2 bedroom. And the cool thing is the very end of this is what I really wanted to show you guys, is the access. There's something really special about this area I want you to know about, because this is actually really cool. And it's not just the fact that there's a beach park here called Haycraft. That's cool. But it's what you have access to on this side of these condos. And I'm going to show it to you here. Lots of people today at Haycraft. It's like a potty. All right, I'm hitting some deep sand here. I'll probably have to get off the one wheel. There we go. I'm just going to walk over here shortly. But I really want you to see this. All right, so obviously this is the ocean and it's sandy beach, and there's some people out there having a nice time, getting nice and cool. That's the landmass with all the condos on it. But what you pick up right here that's very unique, I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but this is a contiguous stretch of white sandy beach that goes all the way down to North Kihei. That, my friends, is a lot of white sandy beach. Contiguous. I should have looked up the exact distance, but I used to run it every morning, so I actually would start all the way down there, Sugar Beach, and I'd run all the way up here and turn around and go back. I don't remember the exact distance, but it's just really cool to have this much white sandy beach access. And a lot of people ask me, they say, hey Eric, what's the best island to live on? I'm thinking about, I check the camera once in a while in case I get like a call or a message and it stops the filming. So, but they ask me, they say, hey Eric, what's the best island? I'm thinking about Kauai, Oahu, Big Island, Molokai. Well, they're all great islands, don't get me wrong. It's Hawaii, you can't really, it's like going into a Porsche dealership. You're gonna buy a Porsche, they're all really great cars, right? But which model, which make, which engine, what body style, that's all a little bit of preference. So they're all great islands. But to me, what makes Maui stand out and why I chose to live here is what I just pointed out to you, is we have the most contiguous public access to white sandy beaches in Hawaii. So I don't know about you, but that's why I moved here. I mean, it is. You're not landlocked from the ocean. I go to some other islands, I won't mention any names, but I'm like, excuse me, where's the beach? How do I get to the water, please? And it's just a lot of lava rock, and I gotta go through all these shenanigans, and I get down there, and there's just not a whole lot of beach, and it's crowded, and it's like, okay. Whereas on Maui, we have an abundance, and that's huge. That is huge. And to be able to pull your car up and park on the beach, all over the place, you just can't say enough about that. There's other islands where there's the second most beachy white sandy access, but then there's also a lot of people. So this to me is the best. It's like when you go surfing. Like, what's your best surf session? Lots of waves and no people, right? So it's just true. Whereas if you show up at the surf break and there's not many waves, but there's a lot of people, you're probably not going to have very much fun because everyone is, kind of wanting to get on the wave, and you just, it's a little conflictual sometimes. So you just bow out and go over and find a little corner that no one's surfing and have yourself a good time. So it's the same thing with beaches. Now, obviously, because of COVID, there's a few more people here than normal because, they're all unemployed now until you guys come back. Did you guys catch?
No.
No? What are you going for? Or the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy over there caught on the door.
He did?
Yeah.
You guys go all night long?
Yeah.
Did you really? Nice. That's how they do it. How big was it?
Like 30, 40 pounds.
30, 40, huh? Well, that's nice. Okay. So, see, they got the spearfishing rigs and all that stuff. Underwater hunting, so much fun. It's like underwater bow hunting. Except you get to pull your trigger a lot more often than bow hunting. I used to be a big whitetail guy. Lived for whitetail season. Matter of fact, every November 4th, I shed a tear. Wishing I was in my tree stand, but it's okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take you down and show you some of the oceanfront scenery from these condos, because that's obviously where it's at. But I wanted to cover that massive stretch of white sandy beach. The other thing is, if you're into windsurfing, thumbs up, or kiting, which I want to be soon, I just haven't done it yet. There's a lot of people that hit that spot right there. So it gets windy there in the afternoon. North Kihei is kind of known for its afternoon trade winds, but it's a great place to go kiting and windsurfing. I've asked a lot of kiters and windsurfers if they go there or why they don't, and they all have different answers. But you know, Maui is the windsurfing kiting capital of the world, and so those guys are pretty finicky, I think, about where they go, just like surfers are pretty finicky where they go ride waves. So you don't always see a ton of people out there, but you do see somebody out there usually every day kiting or windsurfing. And I would say the answer to that is, I don't think I can get in right here. I think the answer to that is there's not really any wave riding over here. It would just be cruising. Whereas over on the North Shore, you know, Ho'okipa and Kahana, all that stuff, you've got some nice waves breaking that you can go, you know, kite them, surf them on your windsurfer. And that's the big attraction, obviously. So we're actually going to cut over where there was that big opening. And I think it'd be a good place to show you. Someone else's real estate sign, so I'm not going to show that. You got to be competitive around here, I'm telling you. Yeah, you give them an inch, I'd take a mile. Okay. Woo, it's kind of fun. And even on days that it's not windy, right? It's a little breezy here. The other negative thing, I just like to put it out there, just so you know, the ups, the downs, the plus, the minuses, is this is also sort of in the path of the approaching aircraft. So if you stay here, if you own here, you are going to hear the occasional approaching aircraft. This is right on the approach line for the airport, and they always fly, as you know, into the wind. And the predominant wind is always blowing, you know, this way, if you will. And that actually brings up a quick response to a question one of the viewers had. And by the way, thank you for all of the comments, questions, text, calls. I appreciate it. I'll always do my best to answer everything to the best of my knowledge and in a timely fashion. But the answer to the trade wind question, someone just had a question that wanted me to explain the trade winds. So I'll do my best sort of amateur answer to what I think the answer is to what the heck are trade winds. Okay, I know if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've been here, but this is how we got in when we go surf. Which is probably not what you're supposed to do, right? But when you got to come check freight trains, you got to know how to get to the spot. And most of the kids will just jump off this wall and go surf it. Okay, it's going to be a little bit windier out here. I'll try to cover the microphone, and I'll stop walking here in a second. Okay, now check this out. This is cool. Oh, look at that. See that guy's getting ready to put in right there? He's a fisherman, spear fisherman. That's the access point, and that's where the kids will go in to go surf. And then the surf break, when it's breaking, just all along here. And it's just an amazing wave, super fast, what I call freight trains, right, super fast right. But how cool is this? Just these big giant lawn areas right here. And then there's a little chunk of beach at the very, very end, small kind. People actually get married down there on that little piece of beach. I've seen that a few times. And then here's the shot the other direction. You can see just a little bit of sand right there in front of that unit. And obviously the very end, there's some sand in front of those units. So a lot of these condos, you don't know until you actually go. Do they have a little piece of private sand that you don't know about until you go check it out? And sometimes they do, and you go down there and lay and have it all to yourself, so to speak. And of course, right here we're looking at Haleakala, Sugar Beach, North Kihei, South Kihei, Wailea, Big Beach, Little Beach, Molokini, Ko'olave, and you cannot see Lanai from here. We got a couple guys going out for spearfishing right there. So yeah, Maalaea. There is actually a south swell right now, and I thought it would be breaking more than it is, but we're supposedly getting the biggest south swell of the year here in a couple days, or right now it's starting up. So Anyway, that's the tour for today. I want to thank you again so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you've enjoyed the video, I'd love a thumbs up, a share, please subscribe. And if you haven't watched the Maui Food Line video, please type that into your search bar, put in Maui Food Line. Please watch the video, please share it if you can. Donate to Maui Food Bank if you can. If you can't, that's great. Just share the video. I think that'll help. And then of course, keep me in mind, if you're ever in the market for real estate here on Maui, I know the place pretty well. I'd love to help buy or sell. And if you're looking for something on another island, even though I just completely convinced you that Maui is no Kauai, the only place you should buy anything. But if for some reason, you disagree and you want to go to Oahu, that's cool. Hey, but I know I'm just kidding. I know some really great agents. I picked out the best agent on Oahu, one on Kauai, and two on Big Island because it's big. And I can put you in touch with them. They don't necessarily even work for my company, so it's not like my little underlings, right? These are people that are amazing agents that'll do a great job for you, and I'd love to put you in touch with them. And also, if you're looking for a loan, I work with two of the best lenders in all of Hawaii. I think one of them is actually in the top 100, for the whole country. He does a great job. If you need a loan, I'll put you in touch. I don't get paid for that. It's totally illegal if I did, right? Matter of fact, everything I do on this YouTube channel, I'm not getting paid affiliate links or anything like that. The only thing I do have, if you've noticed, I've got some t-shirts, right? YouTube's like, hey, you can have your own t-shirt line. So you've got some, I've got 3 different kinds if you want to try them out. Practice Aloha, because everyone should practice Aloha. It takes practice. That's for sure. I say that with humility. It takes practice to get good at Aloha. Loving your neighbor and being nice and all that kind of good stuff, you haters. And number 2, I have another one that says Live Aloha. That's a great way to go. So once you practice, then you live. And then the third one is, it says Maui, it just says Maui. Because once you learn how to live Aloha, we'll let you come here. I'm just kidding. But seriously, check out my Teespring if you want to. It's no big deal if you don't, but I think they're pretty cool shirts. Supports the channel, helps my next trip to Costco, and certainly I look forward to seeing all your comments, and we'll see you tomorrow. Keep hitting me with where you want me to go, and I will do the best job I can in between my day job. All right, aloha, until next time, Eric West out.